stick behind me.
Well, we have our answer. You can ride a Dinobot, and apparently you can ride its neck, and you don't have to sit on its body as you would any other animal. But then again, Michael Bay has never followed the rules of actual reality. He has his own Michael Bay reality that served him well up until this point, so I guess he's just going to keep on going with it, despite what I felt were assurances that he was going to try and meet audiences halfway on this fourth film. I thought there were going to be a lot of different things about this fourth film. I'm really surprised at how similar it looks to the first three Transformers films, with the exception, of course, of the Dinobots, which is supposed to be the big thing about this movie, besides the cast change, I guess, that really sets it apart. Also, this is supposed to take place in Hong Kong largely, have some Asian actors in it. That's a big deal. We've been talking about it a lot. Also, nowhere to be seen in this 30-second teaser. I guess it's just 30 seconds. There's only so much they can accomplish, but I don't like what they accomplish. So let's discuss. First off, the Dinobots. As I said, you would ride any animal's body. But that's the point of contention I think we're going to have here. Are Dinobots animals? This reminds me of that toy leak that came out just about a month or so ago, which featured Optimus Prime, sure enough, riding the neck of Grimlock. And a lot of you were absolutely horrified by it. And you said, nobody rides Grimlock. And now you can see Michael Bay is doing that. So I'm curious, this was supposed to be something I think the producers felt would really help this fourth film, get people back into the theater. Kind of was almost like it's insurance. It's like, hey, the fans love Dinobots. We're going to bring them into the film franchise. But then, as Hollywood so often does, they just kind of half-ass their research. They're like, wow, everybody loves these Dinobots. They're metal dinosaurs. Done. Let's go put them in the film and talk to our design team. Instead of actually trying to find out why fans like them. And I think if they had done that further research, they would see what many of you had said, that the Dinobots are supposed to be peers to the Transformers, not their pets that they ride into battle. So this could end up just totally blowing up in their faces and actually hurting the film with the way they portray Dinobots, as I suspect a lot of people will feel disrespectfully. So that was my first concern. Now, I'm not a big Transformers fan outside of the movies. I've seen all three Transformers films. I had a good time, especially in the first and third films. But, you know, I'm not someone who's going to get hung up on canon because I'm not a big fan of the original material. So the Dinobots thing, it doesn't make me angry. It just kind of does look weird when he's on his neck. I'm like, that seems like he's going to tip over. I don't know. I just think it seems kind of silly. The other thing, though, I had problems with, first of all, when I don't know how you guys feel, but I think a lot of people, I've heard people say this, it's a problem I've had. Oftentimes in Transformers films, the first three, during the big action sequences, I have trouble telling what's going on. Because there's so many moving parts in the Transformers, it's hard sometimes to find their face, and Michael Bay will go in for these really tight shots, and they're in the middle of transforming, and I'm just like, technology. That's just all I see, just as far as the screen can go. And I had a friend who had a funny joke when he said he saw this on IMAX on a Transformers movie. He just was like looking all around, and he couldn't really take in what was happening because it was just everywhere. It was just too much. And I had that same problem with this 30-second teaser. It was just really hard for me to tell what was going on. I think the few things I took away was that there was Transformers with a gun, two guns, you know, kind of like doing like a typical Hollywood bad guy move, but it was a giant robot doing it. And then also, you know, of course, the Dinobots at the end. I think there was a Dinobot with wings, but again, it was too close a shot. I really couldn't see what was happening. I just saw big wings. I couldn't tell you if it was a pterodactyl. I guess it is a pterodactyl because they're supposed to be Dinobots. But I wasn't getting pterodactyl. I was just like, wings? Is that a Dinobot or is it on a Transformer? I don't know. Everything looks the same. It's just a giant mush of technology. So that was one thing I took away from this. The other thing, though, was that I was really surprised at how interchangeable Mark Wahlberg and Shia LaBeouf are. I was just, I mean, the way it's shot, I guess, maybe that's what it is, but I wasn't like, ooh, you know, fresh blood, new meat. I guess how the Transformers would feel. I was just like, it could be Shia LaBeouf. I mean, I saw nothing of what Mark Wahlberg would bring to this. He was doing the exact same thing. He was running after a Transformer. He had some cool blood or dirt on his face, blood and dirt, I guess, because it was a really tough battle. His hair kind of looked the same, and he was just like, Optimus Prime, or yelling after his loved one. I just was kind of like, that's so the same. I was also disappointed not to see any of the Asian influences that are supposed to be here highlighted. You're supposed to have Asian cast members. A lot of this takes place in Hong Kong. There's a big Chinese production. They're making a big deal about it. Michael Bay risked his life to shoot in China. They threatened him over there. And yet, not in the 30-second teaser. And I can understand, it's 30 seconds, which by the way, while I think Amazing Spider-Man made very good use of their 30 seconds, as did Need for Speed, I thought Transformers 4 did not do a good job with 30 seconds. It just was too much, too fast, and not distinctive. I think they really needed to be like, this is a new turning point for the franchise. It's a fresh start. We have new blood, we got new metal, and we have new soil. And I didn't see new anything. I mean, if you could have told me, hey, you know what, here's a secret. It's really just shots from the other film, just recut together with like maybe a quick shot of Mark Wahlberg, shot with the exact same, we even superimposed his face over Shia LaBeouf, and I'd believe you. So I'm curious, what do you guys think? Is this the fresh start you want? Do you not want a fresh start? Are you like, I want more of the same? I love the first 3 films. They did make a ton of money. What do you think of the Dinobots? Are you upset that anyone's riding Grimlock? Or are you like, hey, that's just a small contingent, but I think the rest of us are totally on board with this, and I can't wait to see Optimus Prime charge into battle on the back of Grimlock. So write your thoughts down below. Catching up today, I was away my grandmother's 90th birthday, so a ton of trailer reviews coming out today, and it'll be an afternoon movie news to talk about some of the big news that came out late last week, and of course, Philip Seymour Hoffman's passing. All right, thank you for watching, and stay tuned all day for the catching up on all this coverage. Thanks, bye.